Before the gods of light claimed the heavens, there were older, darker powers that ruled the earth. Ancient civilizations didn't just fear these entities, they built their entire empires to appease them. Deep within the Mesopotamian sands, the myth of the seven sages masked a terrifying truth about human origin. The Greeks spoke of titans, but the original legends described them as cosmic architects with no faces. In the Norse wilds, the world tree Yggdrasil was not a symbol of life, but a cage for something devouring reality. Egyptian priests whispered of a time before the sun, when the serpent Apep swallowed the very concept of time. The Aztec sun required more than just blood. It demanded the constant sacrifice of the world's collective memory. Hidden in the Celtic mists, the Fomorians were not monsters, but the original owners of the sea and sky. The Great Flood appears in every culture because it wasn't a natural disaster, but a tactical erasure of evidence. In the depths of the Himalayas, the Bon myths speak of sky beings who traded technology for human biology. The legends of the golem in Prague were actually warnings about the first successful attempt at artificial consciousness. Japanese folklore mentions the Oni as spirits, but the oldest scrolls describe them as survivors of a previous dimension. Medieval maps often included monsters at the edges of the world to keep sailors from finding the exits. The Maya believed that the stars were actually holes in a celestial curtain, hiding a predator that hunts civilizations. In Roman secrets, Janus was not the god of doors, but the guardian of the portal between our world and the void. Polynesian myths of the Night Marchers describe a military force that exists outside of linear history. The concept of the afterlife was a propaganda tool created to keep the living from exploring the true nature of death. Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime tells of a reality that is more solid and dangerous than the one we currently inhabit. The Oracle of Delphi wasn't breathing volcanic gas, she was inhaling the fumes of a buried sentient machine. Legends of the Phoenix were not about rebirth, but about a species that resets its own biological clock. The Minotaur was never a beast, it was the first genetically engineered hybrid kept in a subterranean laboratory. In the Slavic wilds, Baba Yaga's hut on chicken legs was a mobile surveillance unit for an unknown intelligence. The Hindu Vedas describe celestial chariots that could level cities with the power of 1,000 suns. Native American legends of the skinwalker describe a parasite that mimics the soul as much as the body. The Knights Templar discovered that the Holy Grail was not a cup, but a frequency that can rewrite DNA. African myths of the Mukele Mbembe suggest that time slips in the Congo are still active today. The sirens of the Odyssey didn't sing, they used ultrasonic waves to paralyze the human nervous system. The burning bush was not a miracle, but a localized tear in the fabric of the three-dimensional world. Vampire myths originated from a pale subterranean race that ruled Europe before the arrival of Homo sapiens. The Tower of Babel was destroyed because humanity was about to hack the interface of reality itself. The legend of King Arthur and the sword in the stone was a metaphor for a key being inserted into a terraforming device. Medusa's gaze didn't turn men to stone, it crystallized their carbon structure through a high-energy pulse. The myths we tell today are just echoes of a war that we lost a long, long time ago.